Hello everyone. In this tutorial, we will be putting together this scene. It's not the best looking scene. It does look very nice though. All these things here will be free, excluding the HDR image, but you can find your own exterior. You can find your own HDR image on the internet for free. There's multiple websites out there. I'll be including the website that we'll be using these textures for, which are also free. So you'll be able to follow along with me. So we're going to start with going to Cinema. And we're going to be creating this scene here. It's not hard at all. All of this was fairly easy to make. So let's go ahead and I'm going to duplicate this here. Oop. I'm just going to duplicate this. And I'm going to remove all the textures from this. So I'm going to remove that. And let me hide these so I don't get confused. Go ahead and group objects. Call this finished. I'm going to remove that. And now it should be gone. So, creating a photorealistic scene in Cinema4D with the physical-based rendering. It's a fairly easy tutorial. I will be going through step by step on how I create this, and follow along with me. First things first, we're going to turn on a few things. First of all, go to your physical-based rendering renderer, set your output to whatever you want to. I'll be using 720p. Turn off the default light. We will not be needing this, and you do not want this on. Turn this off. Set this in your physical-based rendering settings to progressive. At the moment, we're going to change this later. Feel free to set this to 4224 if you have like a stronger computer and want a better looking image, but for now, I'm going to leave mine at 222. Next, go to your effects and add in global illumination. I have already did that. Go ahead and turn it on and set this one to an exterior HDR image. The reason why is because we're going to be using an HDR image. All right, render settings are set up. Let's get on to texturing. I've included a few textures here. I've downloaded the Black Marble one from this website. This is a preview of what it'll look like. Not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And I will also be using these tiles here. So it's going to look like this. I picked both of these because they both have pretty decent depth, and I like them. I think that should be convincing enough. Okay. First things first, let's get that HDR image in. So we're going to create a sky. And so we're going to go up here and create a sky object. And then let's create the HDR image. So I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to call this HDR image and then tutorial. Turn off the reflectance and color, turn on your luminance, and you're going to grab your HDR image that you download off the internet. I have one already set up. Now that we made our HDR image texture, we're going to drag that onto the sky, and you'll see that it is here now. I want the sunlight to come from a certain angle. Let's see what this looks like currently. So I'll turn on the render area. So we got some light coming in this way. And how I turned that on is I went to the interactive render region. And since we have progressive, this will keep getting better and better as time goes on. But I'm going to rotate the sky. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to turn this off. Go to rotate. And now we can rotate the HDR. Let's make it come this direction a little bit more. Ooh, Don't like that way. Don't like that. Let's make it go this way. How would that look? Well, I think I'm actually going to tilt it up a little bit. A little bit more, maybe. How's that looking in here? That should be fine. Let's grab our camera. This will be for this one. Let's place it in a spot that'll look nice. Let's put that here. And that should be fine. Yeah, let's use that. And this I created pretty fast. I added a protection tag so I can't mess with this camera. This right here is just a cube that I created a cube, made it editable, and I spent the time just like dragging out and putting together that. You can see here, this is hard surface modeling. Oh, nope, just delete the whole cube. I have went ahead and modeled that out. This was just I extruded this inwards, and then I deleted the faces under it. So if I like came here and then extrude, I did that, and then I deleted these. It's very crude, and voila, we got depth. But let's not delete that. Yeah, so that's what I did for this. That didn't take too long. You can create something else if you want to, but this basic shape, this thing right here should be good enough. All right, so now we're going to go on to our textures. Let's go ahead and create the marble. We're going to go ahead and create a new material, not a PBR material. We're going to create a new material, and we're just going to call this marble tutorial. I downloaded that marble. Now I need to go back to it. Give me a second. All right, so I have this here. It's probably going to disappear every few seconds. We're going to go into our color because we have a color. Simple as just dragging that in. No. And this OCC is going to layer on top of this one. Yeah, that should be fine. I'm trying to remember correctly. So we're going to go to this and then layer. We're going to add in that image. OCC. Okay. Turn this into a, what was this? It's add, no. Screen, multiply. I'm gonna put this to like 11. Next we have a displacement. We're gonna come here, put that in this. No. And then do sub-polygon displacement and then round geometry. This makes this look fantastic. But make sure that, before I even get any farther, when you round geometry, if you place it onto a material and you don't subdivide it, it turns into a sphere. And the reason why is because there's only 4 faces on this cube. 6 faces, my bad. Yeah. Math. We're gonna just segment it, and then you'll see, like, if I make it editable, it's got more faces. And then if we do that, it is round, but it should be fine. Just gonna undo till this cube disappears. That's why I have subdivided this whole thing. And we're gonna go back to this texture. Next we have a normal. Drag that normal into here. Then we have a specular. So we're going to go to reflectance, and we're going to turn this into a GGX because it's very shiny material. Let's turn down the roughness. Turn up the reflection strength. Let's make it like, I feel like that should be fine. Yeah. And I believe specular goes in here. Yeah, just go ahead and put that in there. Cool. We have our marble done. Next, I'm going to go to this texture. All right, now we're at the tiles. We have to create a new texture. So we're gonna go to new material. I'll just call this tiles tutorial. We're gonna go into our color and place that in there. No. We have a displacement. Okay. The normal. We have an OCC and a rough. So this is a little different. We're gonna go to that OCC. So we're gonna layer this. Okay. We're gonna go to where the tiles are. And then we're going to place the OCC. No. Multiply. Let's do like 9. Reflectance. We're going to go into the default specular. And we're going to turn this into like a GGX. Or, yeah, GGX should be fine. This is kind of like a harder material. Go into our texture. And we're going to go into the roughness. And just put this into roughness. And then lower this to something like, I don't know, 70. You can put it to 100. I'm just going to put it to like 50. It looks kind of rough. You can always change that. I'll do like 29. That should be Gucci. Perfect. All right. Now it's as simple as texturing everything. And I have went ahead and you can go ahead and texture all of this. It's definitely best to not subdivide this before you texture because that's a nightmare. So when you make a scene, go ahead and model it out, but make sure it's not subdivided yet. And you can place the textures onto certain areas. Make sure they're cubic. So you can see like now that'll be there. In the world, yeah, there you go. but yeah, don't do that. I'm gonna come here, and now I'm gonna delete this whole thing. And here we are with it textured. These are objects I grabbed from the content browser, which is here, content browser, and I just looked up chair. These are from the seating in, I believe, yeah, visualize. These are all things created by Cinema. If you like look up towel, these are the ones I put on the wall. Just double click and it adds it to the scene. And you just move it where you want to. This right here is just a cube that I put a water texture on, which was also from the content browser. You can also place that there. And yeah, that's pretty much all I did. That's all you really need to do. If you're still confused about texturing objects that need to be subdivided, say like I'm going to come out here, I'm going to create this cube. So I texture this. So I select this face. I want this to be the tile. And then I'm going to select and then invert so it selects the other ones. I want this to be marble. Apply. You'll see that this is looking a little odd. So you can always change the projection. I'll do cubic. That looks a bit better. And then I pushed Control A to select all the faces. And then I subdivided. So create a bunch of polygons, and then it's got to calculate all that. And then, so this is the global illumination doing its thing. And voila, you got this nifty looking cube. I'm just going to delete that. So now I'm here, and I actually fixed these textures a little bit, so I'm actually going to replace them there and here. Voila. So now we have this. After putting our objects in there, creating the scene, now we're going to go to render settings, physical fixed, make sure global illumination's on, and let's just send this to the render queue. I think things are going to be looking pretty fine for this. All right, we're now getting close to finishing up this render. Looks pretty similar to the first one. I did move the lighting. I do like this lighting better, but it's always preference and change. I noticed that this is clipping right here. That I could fix later, but for now, I mean, I'm not going to use this in final product. This is the end result. There's always things you're going to find problems with, such as like texturing, like here. Obviously, this is a tiling problem that would be fixed after going back and changing a few things. But that is the fastest way to create a believable scene with cinema. Obviously, this stuff right here could be fixed by extruding the area around the pool. Because these are two different textures, I have created a problem here. Because it's trying to warp this, but it's connected to this. So I should have extruded this or made the pool a separate entity. But that's just another quick fix for that. Yeah, that's pretty much all you really need to do. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you learned a thing or two, or learn nothing, and enjoyed the video. But feel free to like and subscribe. Have a good day.